Hello humans, this is Dr. Kai, and this is the final video in the Dirty Drive Tuning 101 series. It's time to pimp out our drives in this episode while we go into the workshop itself. But before that, let's take a look at what we've been working towards. Here is me docking at 800 meters per second, that is 1800 miles per hour. Just kidding, we don't like spoilers on this channel. You're going to have to work hard and earn that privilege of soiled underwear yourself. If you are really determined to see it, then it's at the end of the video. Okay, assuming you've got your pharmaceutical isolators and your cracked industrial firmware, watch my previous videos in this playlist. If you want to find out how to do that, you can now find cadmium from eddb.io/body. All you have to do is type in cadmium over here, and then you select your reference system, which is where you currently are, so you can find out how far away they are from you. You do find bodies, you sort by CD, which is the percentage, and then you try and find something that's within reach. You might have to go to like the third page, so long as it's over 2.9% or so. Here, this one, for example, is only 174 light years for me. And if you've done the FSD range increase from my FSD Modding 101 series, then that should be a cinch. And if you go to eddb.io/station and type in exhaust manifolds in the commodity section and find stations, Heimrita is the closest one to Maia, so it makes sense to just go there and get them. That's going to be deprecated in 2.23, which is when you're probably watching this right now, so just ignore this. Now, before we get on to the actual tips and tricks on getting the best rolls, I do want to point out that it makes no sense to actually bring each ship one by one that you want to upgrade to Maia. Maia is nearly 400 light years from the bubble, so that doesn't make any sense. What you should ideally do is actually remove the drives into storage from all the ships that you want to upgrade, and then go in a single ship that can hold all of those drives, and then basically transport those drives over to Maia, wait an hour or so, come back, and then do the rolls. Then it will still save you time in the long run, especially if you're doing multiple ships. Do note that some drives don't fit in some ships, so you might still have to make 3 trips if you're doing quite a lot of ships. As a quick reference, the Anaconda can hold size 5, 6 and 7, the Asp can hold size 4 and 5, and something like an Imperial Courier with an FSD range increase might be useful for doing the 2s and 3s, and that is how I did it. And now getting on to the actual rolls. As a first tip, if you are doing the Imperial Courier or the Imperial Eagle, which are the fastest ships in the game, you're going to want to get the size 3 enhanced performance drives. Professor Palin sells them himself in outfitting, so buy them and then apply your upgrades to that instead of the stock. I hear that makes a difference. And in general, what you're going to want to do is set up ED Shipyard, put in the ship, put in all the modules that you've got. If you've made any upgrades, make sure to apply them so the mass is correct. And then every time you get a roll, you apply the numbers into ED Shipyard and you can compare, because the 2 factors involved actually make quite a big difference. The optimal mass and the optimal multiplier both make quite a big difference to the final boost speed and the turn rates and everything. So you want to make sure you compare before applying any new rolls. So putting it all together, I put some enhanced performance thrusters size 2A into my Imperial Courier. This is going to be for my Sidewinder, and here's a pretty good roll, 34%. The highest standard is 28%, and I am actually so excited to see what this amazing roll is going to do. I've put it straight into ED Shipyard, and I can see that I'm going to be getting a boost speed of 683 on my Sidewinder. Do watch out that it can't actually go above that, unfortunately, because the minimum mass exceeds my Sidewinder's mass. So I'm not going to be able to get above 683, and also the power draw in this one is pretty bad, so I might have trouble balancing my power on my Sidewinder now. But that can always be dealt with more engineering. I didn't do a second roll on this because it was really good and I wanted to save my rolls, but if I were to do another one, I would put in all the numbers again, and then I would compare my boost speed, I would compare my 4 pip speed, I think that's the most important, and I would also compare my pitch, my roll and my yaw degrees per second. And I would work out which one's best. I would also look at the power draw, and if I were going for 890 meters per second on my Imperial Eagle, I'd really want all the numbers to be really good, the optimal multiplier and the optimal mass. So good luck guys, I hope you get some good rolls, and if I got anything wrong, please check the comments. I'm sure someone's already pointed it out, plus further tips that I didn't mention. And I will leave you with a spoiler, so do not continue to watch if you do not want to see what 800 meters per second looks like, but I'm going to be hurtling towards the station faster than a speeding bullet, and it's going to freak you out. So long humans!
Maia, Delta, Romeo, Kilo. Welcome to this federal facility. Please observe all standard docking procedures.
see what secrets they hold. Join me as I sail amongst the stars.